Dr. Stephanie Powell. I'm an assistant professor of geography at Florida State University. I have been studying climate change impacts on ecosystems and specifically tropical forests for more than 10 years now. There's no doubt that the Earth's climate is changing, and I think importantly we know that it's changing from anthropogenic influences. So it's humans that are causing the climate change that we're seeing now, the warming of the Earth. We know how much greenhouse gases we're putting into the environment, and we know that that warms our atmosphere. So there's no doubt. Climate scientists probably understand natural variations in the Earth's climate, better than anybody else, and we can account for some of those natural causes, and it does not make up the warming that we're seeing today.
Well, school brought me here in 1974. What kept me here was nature. And it's an amazing place with almost 1 million acres of wild land. The majority of the county by far is native, natural, and diverse. And every creature that exists in nature in Florida has been through my yard. I'm made for the woods. I've been to Tokyo, the biggest city. I've been all over doing things. And I'm comfortable there, but my home's here, and it's here because I'm part of this ecosystem. I've eaten from this ecosystem. My water comes from here. I essentially am this ecosystem. The biggest thing that's negative is, and I call it global CO2 poisoning, not global warming, and it's acidifying the seas, and that in itself is making a lot of the calcium carbonate creatures hard to regenerate. This is clams, oysters, and a lot of very small creatures. Everything is commingled. We're just another mammal, and we tend to dismiss the fact that we're just a dirty, filthy animal, just like all the other dirty, filthy animals. And we have to get to that, to really get to the fact that, hey, we need to work with all these other animals because genetically they're 93, 94% the same as us. They're a lot closer than we think.
I was that kid that every time the college people would come and give you like aptitude tests for your career, like I was gonna be a marine biologist. That was like what all the things told me to do. I grew up in the city of Minneapolis, living 2 blocks away from the Mississippi River, and I'd fish there every chance I got. I always wanted to get to bigger water, and that led me to Lake Superior, and then I fished Alaska, and I fished Cape Cod, and I fished Catalina Islands in California, and Mexico, and Asia, and I always wanted to come back here because I knew that the natural resources here were the best. I don't know how to feel. I've been through hurricanes, being stationed at Tyndall for years in the past, nothing like Michael. It gave everybody a black eye around here, and to the west of us a lot worse, but it was really good to see the community be resilient, and people open their business doors up the next day and sell groceries, and Fisherman's Choice, the bait shop was open right away. They didn't have their ATM cards working, and people didn't have cash, and they'd give you food and just write your name down, and you just come back and pay them when you had the money, kind of thing. So what I learned from this last experience, though, is if they say it's going to be a 1 or 2, it might be a lot worse. So it's time to get out of Dodge. I lost $10,000, $15,000 in fishing trips just from the storm, and that doesn't include trips that probably would have been booked after the storm.
Well, I was born on January 23rd, 1943, and I've lived here since. Closer to the land you are, the more you are associated with it. And now if you work with a factory, you don't feel that association with the land you're around, but you are a part of it. You are a part of the land whenever you make your living and you feed your children off the land. And you can't separate yourself from it. You become a part of the land, and the land is more important to you almost than family. You really protect it. You're very protective of it. But the thing about it, back when I was a kid, they may have been protective of it, but they didn't know what was damaging it. that they only knew what they could see, but they really loved the land.